Hey everyone, it's Pearlescent Toys, back in today's video with another Marvel Legends action figure review. Again, from the Secret Wars wave, we have Black Suit Spider-Man. Here is a look at the back of the box with a bio. Spider-Man discovers a mystery glob on Battleworld, giving him a new black suit with stronger powers, and unbeknownst to him, his first encounter with a certain alien symbiote. Alright, but without further ado, let's get into the review. And here we have Black Suit Spider-Man out of the packaging. Of course, this suit made its debut in Secret Wars in issue number 8. And the world's never been the same since. Like, this suit is just truly iconic to Peter Parker. And it's one that Hasbro seems to never go wrong on. Like, they always knock it out of the park with their Black Suit Spider-Mans. Is this one the first to underperform though? Let's find out. Let's take a closer look at the sculpt and the paint apps. Now, for paint apps, there isn't a whole lot, so I'll just mainly be going over the sculpt of this figure. This, of course, is using the Amazing Friends mold, and yeah, it just remains the same as that figure, the musculature at least. You get up to the thighs, yeah, just muscles poking through, not a whole lot though. The torso is where it starts to get more beefy. You can see his pronounced pectoral muscles as well as his abs poking through the costume, but not by too much. He isn't as ripped and jacked as the Renew Your Vows mold. But there is a whole lot of muscle there, very reminiscent of his classic artwork. Here is where some like Black Suit and Venom figures struggle, is with the logo. I don't know if that's intentional or not. That little white border going outside of the logo. Yeah, they kinda missed the crisp. Oh my god. They completely missed it right there. That does not look good at all. Like, oh, they got the paint apps wrong. As I'm pushing my glasses up. First off, I don't wear glasses. Second off, I think this is a really valid reason to be angry. I don't know. What do you guys think? The white up here doesn't match up with the white at the bottom. It is a lot thinner right here, so the black is poking through, making it a little bit darker. Yeah, it just doesn't match up that well. But I will say, other than the top right here and this bottom piece, the paint apps are really crisp for the front. For the back, this center piece right here has the same problem as the bottom piece. It's painted on too thin. You can see black poking through right there. That's a huge bummer. But the legs here are really crisp, aside from a few spots where the paint is missing. I think that's just my fault though from posing it off camera. But yeah, you can see it continues into that butterfly shoulder joint and goes down. Really nice detail. Now moving on to the arms, the shoulders are looking a little bit more beefy than what I usually am used to. You know what? Let's bring in the Amazing Fantasy. No, they're the same, I think. Maybe I do need glasses after this. Going down the arms, really muscular arms right there. And it is pretty reflective, really good symbiote texture. Going down to the hands, they all have the white slice of pizza on the back of the hands. Overall, a really good sculpt with some dodgy paint apps here and there. Now going over accessories, first up are these fisted hands, some web thwipping hands, and some wide open wall crawling hands. He, of course, comes with this head sculpt with the wide lenses and a head with his eyes squinting. I think this is just so awesome. It looks super intimidating. I love the muscles all scrunching up right there between the eyes. Really neat attention to detail. Yeah, really cool. But just like the other head, it looks a little weird on this body. I feel like it's too small. They should have made the heads a bit bigger. I'm glad I'm never going to have to talk about these again. Yeah, his final accessory is the shield, the same as the other ones that came out in this wave. You can swap out that faceplate with the Secret Wars logo. And for the very last time, does nothing for me. Would have rather had something else, maybe an unmasked Peter Parker head. Now going over articulation, the head is able to move up this much, look down that much. Really no pivot for this and the other head sculpt, but he does have some side-to-side movement. His arm is able to move this far up, not a really good amount. It's able to go back that much and go forward this much with the butterfly shoulder joint. What's even the point of this piece then? He has rotation at the shoulder, an upper bicep swivel, a double jointed elbow that allows his arm to bend in this much, your standard wrist hinge allowing his hand to move up, down, turn all the way around. With the combination of his mid diaphragm and lower ab crunch, he's able to bend this far back and go forward this much. There is some pivot right there at the diaphragm as well as some side to side movement. His leg is able to kick up this much, go out to the side that much, and go back a tiny bit. Upper thigh swivel, a double jointed knee that allows his leg to go back this much, upper calf rotation, and his foot is able to move this far down, this far up, And he has a guru. Before we get into the size comparisons, I want to compare these two. This one is just so massive compared to this guy right here. I think both are just as good as the other. I think the paint apps for the chest right here are much stronger on the retro collection than it is for this one, for the Secret Wars version. I think the paint apps are definitely better on this guy. What's kind of taking me out of it for the new one is just the size of that head. I can't explain it. It just doesn't look that good. And now moving on to the size comparisons. Here we have Spider-Man next to Captain America and Iron Man, Wolverine and the Beyonder, Titania and Doctor Doom, Ultron and Kang the Conqueror, Enchantress and Absorbing Man, Dr. Octopus and Molecule Man, Hulk and Thor, Captain Marvel and She-Hulk, Nightcrawler and Colossus, Professor X and Magneto, The Thing and the Human Torch, and finally here he is next to Mr. Fantastic and, well, himself, the amazing friend Spider-Man. Deadpool and Hydra Bob, Darwin and Morbius, and finally Jeff the Landshark and Spider-Ham. Alright, now time for my final rating, my overall thoughts. I think I'm going to give the Black Suit Spider-Man here a final rating of, I'll give him an 8.5 out of 10. This is a figure that I've had to warm up to over time. When I opened him from the packaging, when I was just posing him around, I was not impressed. I think the range of movement just isn't that good. A lot of people really hype up this body mold, but I feel like for this specific one, it kind of fell underneath what I would have expected. He's just a little hard to pose around. I don't know. That's the best way I can explain it. He's just a little hard to pose around. This is a god-awful pose. Let me change it. Before anyone comments asking, this is a stand from a Medicon Mafex figure. Yeah, it's just one figure that I've had to warm up to, but I gotta say, after posing him around off camera for a day or two, I think this figure is really good. I don't think it's necessarily better than the previous Black Suit Spider-Man. At least I don't think so yet. Maybe over time I'll warm up to it even more and consider it my quintessential Black Suit Spider-Man. But yeah, until then, I think I am going to give this guy an 8.5 out of 10. But yeah, that'll do for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below what you thought about the figure. I know my rating is probably controversial, so I'm sure I'll hear from a lot of you. And while you're at it, like and subscribe and share with a friend. Anything you can do that'll support the channel will be greatly appreciated. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Alright, now time for and a double jointed knee that allows, oh my god, Ultron and while you're at it, like and subscribe, share with a friend, anything you can do to support the show.